Feels good. Kia ora. Welcome back. I've come to one of my secret spots and I've got the kayak. I'm out here in the hopes to get a few crayfish. Anyway, stick around and I hope you enjoy. What? Banana bumper bar, unreal. And bananas, that's my fuel. Unreal. Reverse down, load the kayak up here, head out there. Or am I going there? You'll never know which one. I did a little rig up last night of this because I didn't really know how you're supposed to rig these reefs, but so this will just sit in. That'll sit in there like that, just like that. If you've watched a few of my old videos, you know a few of my crayfish spots out here. I generally pick up a few crayfish when I'm here, so, but you never know, you know, they could have moved. And oh yeah, that water looks really green. This kayak cost me 400 bucks off Container Door way back in the day when I first moved to Auckland, before I had money, before I had a boat. I've put a few fish over it, a few big kingies in the Coromandel. Just so much fun. Anyway, enough chit chat, let's get in the water. Thanks heaps to this lady. I got stuck towing the trailer back out because it got really soft. I got stuck right here as it gets soft. I had to unhook the trailer, get my truck out, then pull the trailer all the way up until it got soft, and then we added all of our strops together to pull the trailer out off the beach. So thank you. If I get my limited craze, you're getting one. Thank you. Hey, my old girl. It's been a while. Give you a wash. It's been a minute, my girl. We back out there. Feels good. Back in the old kayak. So after unraveling my float line, I make my first dive, and the visibility was only 3 to 4 meters here. I just want to say that this new camera I'm using, the DJI Osmo Action 5, is unbelievable. The footage makes it look like I have 5 to 6 meters viz, but in reality it was not this clear, and I honestly think that the footage is seeing better than my eye could see, because in post-production I'm seeing things that I swear I couldn't see whilst I was in the water. But yes, I'm really impressed with the DJI. I anchored the kayak roughly where I know this reef is, and sure enough, I think it may have been second or third dive, and I started coming across the crayfish. I'm going straight into the deepest, darkest holes that I can see in the reef. I'm looking at the top of the kelp to see any pronounced rocks, because generally the kelp stalks will be roughly the same size, so the top of the kelp is a good reflection as to what's happening underneath. Not always, but it is a good indicator to where the big boulders are. And if you've seen any of my other crayfish videos, which I'll link up at the end of this, you know that I'm always looking around the big boulders, any big cracks in the reef, or if you've got two boulders leaning up against each other, creating a nice deep dark cave for the crayfish. Those will be the first places that I look. Another technique you can use, guys, is swimming along the weed lines. So just keep swimming along the weed line that you're on, and then waiting until you see a change in the weed line, so it either goes inwards or outwards. That's also another good indicator that there could be some good cray holes nearby. Now, I know this crayfish hole in particular. It is a very good cray hole, and there's multiple shelves and they're very deep and they go a long way back. And in the video that I'll link up at the end of this video, you will see the same hole that's full of big crayfish. There must have been 10 to 20 crayfish all along these shelves. And there were still crayfish under here on this dive. However, there were only a few small ones and they were a long way back, so I would have either needed a noose or a cray hook to get them. But it just goes to show the crays won't always be in the same holes, so you can't just go back to your same holes expecting them to be full of crays. Crayfish move. As you can see there was a nice eagle ray resting in the kelp, which gave me a bit of a fright, but as you can see, I just turned away, carried on looking in a different direction. In this situation, I've seen a nice buck crayfish in the hole there, and because I can't actually see the reef from the surface and I'm diving in about 8 meters, I use my spear gun as a marker. So next time I come down, I just follow my float line to my gun, and then I know roughly where the crayfish will be.
Yee-hoo! First one, let's go.
I've said it in my other videos, guys, but I'll say it again. You can't find crayfish from the surface. You have to get under the kelp. Get down onto that stalk level and just hunt in every crack, under every boulder, and in every dark spot. So that was 2 nice buck crayfish in the bag, so we're just trying to find one more to fill our limit. I like to suss out the terrain before I actually make the lunge for a crayfish, so unless I don't think I'm going to be able to find the crack again, I like to swim around it and just suss out all the entries and exits of the holes, so that if I miss the first lunge, then I've got a second opportunity. I know where to go for their back exit or another entry into the same hole. So yeah, it just pays to take note and study the holes before you make your lunges. So once I grabbed this crayfish, I could feel straight away that it was soft, so I just let it go whilst I was down there. There's no point in taking it to the surface. Yeah, I was just going to cause more damage, so yeah, I just let it go straight outside of its hole. So there we have it, that was my third cray of the dive. So the rest of the trip I just spent exploring new areas, and I did find a lot more holes for crayfish, as you can see here. Just some cracks in the middle of the reef just loaded with crays. So I will definitely be coming back here in the future and exploring further. But I do like to do this once I've got my limit, just keep exploring to find new ground for next time.
well, I think that's about it. The kittens are nice and fat, so I'm going to grab a feed of kittens for me and my dad, and yeah, probably head home. Plenty of crays in this area, so it's good to see, but yeah, I think I'm done. The viz is about 4 meters, so not that good, but still okay for crays. Anyway, I'm going to grab some kinner and skedaddle.
So back down I go to try and find a few kinner for myself and my dad, and kinner diving is a lot like crayfish diving in the fact that you don't want to pick the kinner from the barrens, from the big rocks with no kelp. You want to be collecting your kinner from inside the kelp. But because the crayfish numbers were so good in this area, finding good kinner in the kelp was actually quite difficult because the crayfish eat kinner.
Go. There we go. Oh, can you see? Got my 3 crays under there. So 3 crays. One there.
Okay, I'm gonna go try and find this lady that helped me get off the beach with my trailer. So I'll give them one of my crayfish, because that's just karma, you know, you just do that for people that help you. So yeah, let's go find them. Nope, carry on through here. What a cool campsite. I've never stayed at this one before. No. We're after a Hilux. Pretty beautiful campground. This is still the campground here, and there's its own private road going down to the beach where you can just shore dive and get crayfish. And I've seen kingfish here too, so I hope I can find her. I really appreciate the help, man. Done and dusted. I thought I might have caught that lady at the Colville store, but no, she wasn't there, haven't seen her. So lady, you're a legend, and I owe you a crayfish or seafood if I ever see you again. So thank you very much for helping me off the beach. Anyway guys, I'm going to end that one there. Thank you once again. If you've made it this far in the video, don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe, and remember to just get out there, get out on the ocean, even if you're just doing shore dives, even if you're just doing it off the bays in Auckland. This is the boat ramp I slept at 2 weeks ago. I slept right in there, boom, and that was a shit boat ramp. I had to retrieve my boat on. How good. Alright guys, see you in the next one.